Imagine making a decision so profound that it transforms not only your life, but the fate of an entire community. This is the true story of Elias, a former soldier whose embrace of Stoic philosophy turned him into a beacon of wisdom and change for his village. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the rolling hills of Greece, lived a man named Elias. Elias was known for his wisdom and calm demeanor, but his life had not always been so peaceful. Elias had once been a soldier in the Greek army, renowned for his bravery and strategic mind. He fought many battles and was often celebrated for his valor. However, the brutality of war left deep scars on his soul. He witnessed the loss of comrades and the destruction of villages, and each death weighed heavily on his heart. The turning point came during a particularly fierce battle when he saw a young soldier die in his arms. The boy's final words were a plea for peace, a cry that echoed in Elias's mind long after the battle had ended. Deeply troubled, Elias began to question the path his life had taken. Seeking solace, he turned to the teachings of the Stoics, philosophers who preached the importance of inner peace and virtue. Inspired by the words of Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Elias decided to leave the army and dedicate his life to understanding and practicing Stoicism. Elias traveled to Athens, where he spent years studying under Stoic philosophers. He immersed himself in the works of Epictetus and Seneca, learning to embrace the present moment and detach from material desires. He practiced self-control, rationality, and the acceptance of fate, slowly finding the inner peace he so desperately sought. Years later, Elias returned to his village, a changed man. The village was suffering from a severe drought that threatened their crops and their very survival. The once lush fields were barren, and the villagers were on the brink of despair. With his newfound wisdom, Elias knew he could help. Gathering the villagers, Elias shared the Stoic principles that had transformed his life. He spoke of resilience, unity, and the importance of focusing on what they could control. He quoted Epictetus saying, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet profound message resonated deeply with the villagers, who began to see their situation in a new light. Under Elias's guidance, the villagers worked together to dig deeper wells, seeking water sources that had previously been untapped. They planted drought-resistant crops and built efficient irrigation systems to make the most of the scarce water. Elias taught them to ration their food and water wisely and to support one another in times of need. Despite the harsh conditions, Elias remained a pillar of strength and calm. He reminded the villagers of Seneca's words, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." His unwavering composure and practical wisdom inspired the villagers to persevere. Slowly but surely, the village began to recover. As the years passed, the drought finally ended. The village, once on the brink of collapse, emerged stronger and more resilient. The fields flourished, and the villagers prospered. They attributed their survival to Elias's teachings and the Stoic principles he had imparted. Elias grew older, but his mind remained sharp and his spirit unwavering. He continued to guide the villagers, helping them navigate the challenges of life with grace and wisdom. On his deathbed, surrounded by the grateful villagers, he shared his final lesson. True strength lies not in the might of your arm, but in the serenity of your mind. Embrace each moment with grace, and let wisdom guide your steps. In this way, you will find peace, no matter what storms may come. Elias's story became a legend in the village. His teachings were passed down through generations, ensuring that the wisdom of the Stoics continued to guide the community. The villagers faced new challenges with the same calm and rational approach that had saved them during the drought. One day, a traveler arrived in the village, drawn by the stories of a wise man who had transformed an entire community. He found a village filled with peaceful, contented people who welcomed him with open arms. The traveler was fascinated by their way of life and the stories they told of Elias. He spent many days in the village, learning about Stoicism and the impact it had on the villagers' lives. Inspired by what he had learned, the traveler decided to share Elias's story with the world. He wrote a book about the wise man and the village he had saved, spreading the teachings of Stoicism far and wide. Elias's legacy continued to grow, touching the lives of countless people who were inspired by his story and the Stoic decisions that had changed his life and the lives of those around him. The village, once a small and obscure place, became known as a center of wisdom and peace, a testament to the power of Stoic principles and the transformative impact of one man's decision to change his life. The story of Elias reminds us that true strength lies within, in the serenity of our minds and the wisdom of our decisions. Imagine the impact if each of us embraced the principles of Stoicism in our own lives. How could we transform our communities, our relationships, and our futures? Join us on this journey of inner peace and resilience and discover how a Stoic decision can change everything. If you found inspiration in Elias's story and the power of Stoic philosophy, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected with more uplifting stories, insightful discussions, and practical wisdom that can help you navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and join our community of like-minded individuals committed to personal growth and inner peace. Thank you for watching, and let's continue this journey together.